What is up, guys? EnCue here. Today I'm going to be teaching you Photoshop beginners, just a very basic beginner tutorial on Photoshop. So I'm just going to get started without not trying to waste time. Okay, the first tool over here, I'm going to be showing you guys the tools first. The more important tools, the less important tools, I'm not really going to go over. But alright, the first one over here is the elliptical marquee tool. It's also a rectangle tool and a single roll tool. I usually use the rectangle and the elliptical marquee. So what it basically does is you click and you drag it and it makes a selection. There are a number of things you can do with that selection. You can fill the selection in using the paint bucket tool. Or let's say you don't like this. Let's say you want the D shorter. And you want to take that out right there. You can just, whatever you want to take out, you just press the delete button. Hold on, I have to raster, never mind. Alright, so I'm going to use it on the circle that I have down here. So let's say you want part of the circle out. You highlight it, go to the circle layer, press Ctrl X, and as you can see, part of the circle is gone. Let me take out this E I have. Okay, so part of the circle is gone. And I'm pressing Alt Control Z to undo. Okay, next thing is the move tool. It's basically you just moving. Okay, the next thing is the lasso tool. Lasso tool I don't really use, but it's basically like the elliptical marquee tool and the rectangle tool. You just go like that and you basically lasso around whatever you want to select. Okay, next one is the magic wand, one of my favorites. Let's say you want to take out all the black in this layer. You just select it, delete it. Very useful. Next one is the brush tool, very simple. You just brush. There are two main brushes. There's the soft brush and the hard brush that I just showed you. I don't use these two. Eraser tool, very simple. Erase, very simple. Paint bucket tool, I already showed you, but there you go. Paint stuff. Blur I don't use. Sharpen I don't use. Pen tool is very complex, but if you guys want, post a comment and I can either link you to a very good tutorial that I learned from, or I can do a tutorial myself. It's up to you guys. But you could basically make whatever you want with the pen tool. Shapes and stuff. Text tool. Very simple. Make text. And let me delete that. These are shapes tool. Shapes tool are very useful too. You can make your own shapes, and there's also custom shapes you can make that Photoshop has already pre-made. Okay. One of the useful tools that I love is the zoom tool. You're gonna need this a lot. If you want to zoom out, you press Alt and click. And the hand tool is just to move around. You're not going to really use that much. Okay, one thing you guys have to learn, and it'll save you so much time, is learning the shortcuts for these guys. Like, for example, as you can see, look, if you look closely at my mouse, in parentheses is the shortcut tool, is a shortcut for that tool. So if I want the magic wand, press W. If I want to move, I press V. It's going to take you a really long time to learn these, but the ones I learned, because tools I use the most are Move tool, um, the Zoom tool, which is Z, Text tool, which is T, Paint bucket tool, which is G, and Brush tool, which is B. The other ones I don't really care to learn. Pen tool, which is P2. Eraser tool, like it usually starts with what it is. Also, with these tools over here, as you can see on the bottom, bottom right, there's a little arrow. If you click and hold, there's different options for that. Like for here, there's a paint bucket and there's a gradient. And with the gradients, you can add gradients instead of just a single color paint bucket. So you just click and you hold it down. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna go over is to the right, the layer side. So, and let me save this because I don't want to lose this. New logo. I'm working on a new logo for myself. Okay, so let me delete all these. Now, to make a new layer, down here, new layer. Now, new layer, you can do whatever you want here. You want to put a gradient on here, whatever. I suggest whenever you add something or want to change something, always make a new layer. This way you don't lose anything or change anything you don't want to change. Another thing I suggest to rename the layer. And I think you can double click. Yeah, double click. This way because when you have a whole bunch of layers like that, you're not going to know what the hell you're working on or what you want to go to. And for those of you who want to know, I just press Control J to rename, to make a new layer. Actually, to duplicate the layer, not to make a new layer. Okay, and a cool thing, let's say you have a layer. Nope, that's not it. Alright, let's say you have a layer with a rectangle, right? And you want to select everything in that layer. You go right here, you press Control, and then click, and it selects everything. A better I can't even talk right now. A better example. Alright, so you see I used the selection tool, I made a rectangle, now I'm going to fill the rectangle in the new layer. Okay, so let's say, right now if I wanted to click on the rectangle, I can just go to the magic wand and click on it. But let's say it's more complex. Let's say you have an image there that you got from Google, and there's more than one color. Press Control, click on this over here, and then it selects everything, and you can cut it or whatever you want to do with it. Okay, anything else? I think I'm gonna cut this. How long has this been on? Alright, I'm gonna cut this tutorial. If you guys want me to add a more advanced tutorial or intermediate tutorial, just let me know with those subs and comments and likes and such. I will be posting a Cinema 4D beginner tutorial very soon. I'm not going to do it tonight because it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I have to go to bed. But with that said, thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, EnCue out.